recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for you, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
The Rhino Recycled Range. A ball for the planet.
All right, moving on to the second semifinal here in Division I. You got NC State and Louisville, two Power 5 schools, Mike Petrie. They both play in the Atlantic Coast Conference in their varsity sports, but here in rugby, the winner of this one goes on to the final in Division I. Louisville with it. Ground they go. Played back by Carson Green there. To the outside. NC Charlotte. What a match that was we just had. They win. They're the winner of this one. Offload. It's intercept though. And a miscue and a mistake. Will it cost Louisville? NC State down on the deck.
Oof. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking stuff for Louis. Throw that intercept in your own end, but scramble to get back, shut the gates. And I think you're going to see that all game long, Ben. These are going to empty the tanks. They're going to be running ragged all over the place because there's so much on the line and so much pride in these schools. This should be so much fun.
We gotta have a hook here. Gotta have a credible feed.
Oof.
Max here.
Ooh, Ben, that really hurts. Let's see what NC State can do with it, but no hook that time, so let's see.
Yes, go, go, go! 97
Guys, look at the ARs. Need you guys back 10. Do you have the front, Justin? Yeah, I'll have you guys right on the line.
So here comes Louisville with this line out, setting up just on their own 22. Great throw from Louisville. Oh, not straight though.
White, you're closing the gap, not leaving yourself enough space there. Scrum option. Scrum option.
All right, so we're going to go scrum here. So the Wolfpack here still in great position, Mike.
And so I eat my own words there where I say great throw. It's tough from the angle we're at until, the throw looks good. It looks like it's on the money, but
right.
The referee has front row tickets to it. And generally it's about where you catch it. And you saw the jumper there caught it on his outside shoulder. So in that situation, you're going to get called for a not straight every time. And NC State opting for the scrum. Let's see what they can make of it.
They've been down here for a couple of minutes trying to break through. Good ball played through there. NC State looking to get in, get down. It's down. They get it done out of the set piece. We get our first points here in this second semifinal here in Division I.
And what a step strike. Watch this wrap from NC State. They spin on the outside channel. There's the wrap. Creates a 2-on-1 on the outside. The outside has to bite in, and then just finding that little seam in between splitting two defenders. You don't really want to break away there. You just want to get your hands free, put your outside runner away. Outstanding set-piece strike move that time and that wrap play from NC State.
Sure was. Kick no good. Get a look at it from the put-in here, Mike.
And watch the playmaker. Watch as this ball comes into a good scrum. He's going to spin it, and then he's going to watch this. Here it comes. And two players on a loop to the outside. Here it is. They're going to split this outside defense, show the dummy, and then give the pass. Outstanding tech stuff from NC State.
Hugh Redden, the big man, taking it home for NC State and the Wolfpack, showing their teeth here first in this match. They've got the lead. Louisville getting it back. NC State right there. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this first half. A 5-0 count, the kick no good. Pretty good carry here from Louisville, looking for help there. Able to get it back there. Carson Green, number 15, a vital part of this Louisville side, trying to break around that edge. Offload attempt, it's taken away though. Into touch, and it's turned over. Louisville with possession once again here. Some good speed to get him out near halfway. Help is found there. Ball into the hands of Balstiri. Still on the move is Louisville. Going a little bit in the wrong direction for the time being. They'll reset, they'll regather. Here they come. Got the option outside. Don't take it. Still in the hands of Dylan Judd. Judd played it off there into the hands of Meyer. Now out over the top. Good ball played out there for Kramer. Kramer giving a chase here. Kramer trying to gather it. He can't. Taken away by NC State. Pyfo came back and made the play for the Wolfpack. NC State up against it here. Louisville trying to come up with it over here. Inside of the 22 of NC State. Nicely done there. Another ball trying to play it out. Didn't do so. Spits free. We got a whistle here and a call going against Louisville.
Finally a chance for these guys to catch their breath, but not quite. Quick tap from Louisville. Here they go.
Beg your pardon, call against NC State, and Louisville puts it down. They find their way in, and they get this match level. Excellent work. Kobylarczyk puts it down for Louisville.
Excellent work from Kobylarczyk to finish in the corner, but great heads-up play from Louisville. That was a long passage of play that led up to that point, and you could see there were tired bodies all over the field. And so for them to quick tap like that, get themselves a penalty, and then swing it to some fresh legs, outstanding stuff by Louisville to force that one into the corner and tie this game.
Wouldn't have it any other way, right? Final minute here of the first half in a national semifinal. And we're level at 5 apiece. The try scorer there. Baylor Kobylarczyk with that try. Final stage here of this first half. On the hop, the Wolfpack play it. Look out here. This one's got a chance. What a dummy there. Still on the move. NC State trying to take this back, and they'll take it in off of the kick. What a play and what an ending to this first half. Once again, Hugh Redden with his second in the try zone here today, Mike.
And this line, I mean, you could, like, the picture that we saw from him just taking this line off of ball carrier, that was as good as it gets. He lined it up, found a seam, came at the exact right angle to split the Louisville defense. They weren't even looking. He came out of the corner of their eye, and then the pace, the breakaway pace, the dummy show and go, that was awesome.
Sevens rugby at its finest. What a half for Hugh Redden. A pair of tries. This one the second, and this one puts NC State on top as we've hit halftime here in the second Division I semifinal. What a finish to the half. Come on back for the second half after this.
Is growing, and so is rugby. There are more players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place. But some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for you, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet. A ball for the planet.
The Rhino recycled range. A ball for the planet.
All right, we're back with this second half here. NC State and Louisville. What a finish. And here's the end of that first half, Mike Petrie, the run and the try by Redan. Beg your pardon. That is not the angle. All right, we got a little bit of stuff we're working through. We're showing you live action here. So NC State here with the lead, but that line from Redan was special. This one's not too bad either, Mike Petrie. What a play from the Wolfpack, and they get it in and down, and that's the big man, Charlie Howard.
And what a start to this second half from NC State. I mean, that was a big break. It looked exactly like the one right before halftime, Ben, so I'm not surprised. We're sitting here looking at it. We're thinking, here comes another big break from NC State.
Yeah.
It looked identical to the previous one. And then how about that backhand offload finish? I mean, that was awesome. I mean, NC State right now, if you take the last 2 minutes of play from them, they have looked as good as anyone in this tournament in the last 2 minutes of play.
And you were so impressed as we talked at halftime about that first half ending try by Hugh Redan. What blew you away so much about it? Tell our audience.
Just the way he lined up his angle to approach the ball. I mean, you try to teach that to midfielders. It takes so long, so much practice, so much film study to just see exactly how you could take your angle to split the defense down the middle of the field. And that was just beautiful to look at as far as the wide camera angle that we saw it on too.
Yep. And I do want to let you know that our crew is working through some things right now. Speaking of cameras, so right now we're giving you this field level look, which I got to be honest, I kind of like, but obviously we're going to work to try to get that corrected. So our crew is working through a little bit of that. So bear with us here, but we still got live pictures here, and Louisville trying to make a break here. 17-5 NC State. If they win this, they'll take on in-state rival UNC Charlotte in the Division I final. But, Mike, we've seen enough from this Louisville side. As we see, our game cam is back, so that's good. They got some firepower, but they got to start committing the penalties and kind of keep their discipline more in order, don't they?
That's discipline definitely going to be key for Louisville to fight their way back into this game. That's certainly not helping their cause. But they do have some game-breaker type players. There's still so much on the line. There's still a lot of time in sevens, and as we've seen, these scores can come so quickly, one after the other. So not much time left. Nearing in on 5 minutes, Ben, but that's a lot of time in a sevens game. Lots can happen in that period of time.
That's an eternity.
No, it really is. It really, really is. And so Louisville's just got to stick to their systems, and now is where you've got to fall back on your fitness that you did, the conditioning that you did to prepare for this tournament. You imagine for weeks on end, these teams have been training and training and training the fitness end of it, because you're on day 2. You're in your, sixth game for some of these teams, schooled, maybe 5, 6, 7 games deep. Your body's banged up. This is where you've got to lean on all of that work you did to get here. So if you're Louisville, trust the process, keep fighting. There's still time remaining to pull this one out.
Yep. All that in-season training you mentioned, plus all work these athletes do in the offseason. It is never-ending in this sport. Big situation here off the hand, and that ball did not look kosher when it came in there down the line.
And that might be something that they need here as a key piece to getting them back in it. Just some unforced errors that time from NC State. That ball nowhere near straight down the center of the tunnel. Louisville hustling to pick that ball up and get back into play. We saw NC State had a nifty set-piece strike move earlier on. We'll see if Louisville can match that and bring one here off this line out.
See what they can do here. Wolfpack, though, with the steal in the line out. Here they go with a kick up in the air. That's going to come back. There was a big collision back there at that kick.
Who's your captain, guys? No, other way. We have penalty. Penalty here.
That's an easy one, Ben. I'm not sure that anyone would have taken the penalty back at midfield. The kick goes up. Late hit on the kicker. You get either from the mark or where the ball lands upfield. So they get a penalty then instead just outside the 22. And I love this option. They set up the scrum. We saw last time that wrap play that they scored on. I believe it was the opening try of the game. We'll see if they have something similar mapped out here. But NC State now just always, or I should say, taking their time as time continuing to go away off this clock for Louisville.
It was on that first try that Redan scored. He scored the one late on the final play of the first half, and Charlie Howard with their third. Here they go again. They're going to waltz their way in for yet another one. So out of it again, Mike Petty. They get the job done, and guess who? That's a hattie for Hugh Redan.
What a run that time by Redan. Gets his third for NC State, and this all but books their ticket. We talked about things can happen very quickly in sevens, and anything is possible. But right now, we're nearing 12 minutes, so that means there's 2 left on the clock. NC State is going to absolutely take their time in kicking this conversion, setting up the kickoff. And by the time this ball comes back into play, you're looking at maybe 90 seconds that Louisville's got to close this gap, which has just gotten bigger thanks to that conversion kick.
Look back at it one more time, a thing of beauty.
Here it is. Nothing really complex about it. Just a pick and go or a seam. Find some dysfunction in the Louisville defense, and then that one gets in. But here we go, Louisville redemption time now. Free kick from midfield for that ball not going 10 at the kickoff.
That's right. Down time in this second half of this second semifinal here in Division I. UMass and UNC Charlotte just played in front of us. UNC Charlotte away to winner. Louisville, like they had maybe a chance for a break there. Spun down to the turf. There's the ball carrier, Ryan Camerata. Penalty called on NC State. Quickly they go. Had to go around the teammate there, Camerata, who was down. The carry there from Gus Dwyer. Here we come one more time. We're in the final minute here. Louisville trying for a second try in this match. See the indication of the call from the referee. And that is the match. North Carolina State. They will face in-state rival UNC Charlotte in the men's Division I final.
Look at the energy. Look at that happiness. 2 North Carolina schools back-to-back, Ben. They're going to the final.
Yes, indeed. Down on Tobacco Road. They'll meet in the final a little bit later here today. Mike, see you down the road. We're going to step aside here. And Holden, Mike Petrie. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. More coming your way right after this.
Unfortunately, too many end up in the wrong place. But some balls are made better. Rhino's recycled range is made with up to 80% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet. A ball for the planet.
Rhino recycled range. A ball for the planet.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome in, everyone. We're about an hour northwest of D.C. in Boyd's, Maryland, home of the 2025 Collegiate Rugby Championships, the National Sevens Tournament, and we are just about ready for the quarterfinals in the Women's Premier Division. Tim Wilkes alongside John Broker. And John, we've got two powerhouses here. AIC, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 5 seed, Wheeling, here in this quarterfinal.
This is the matchup everybody's been waiting for out of those first two games. Two high-flying teams. Took a little time to get going for Wheeling, but AIC just started just like this team.
Big time breakaway over the 22. Nobody even close to put pressure. Right between the posts they go, and AIC will take the 5-point lead, as I believe that's Naomi Dodd, who takes it the distance and breakaway speed, showing up early here in this first match, John.
Naomi Dodd scored in the first a couple times. She's continuing that try scoring. Excellent work by Naomi Dodd, the number 22 from Spanish Town, Jamaica. So much fun to watch. Give her any bit of room, and she's going to go around the outside. Whelan's going to have to cover those wide channels.
This Whelan program building as they go. Just a sophomore on the outside there for Dodd, as the kick is good as well.
Look at that stride, just up and gone, Naomi Dodd. So impressive the sports manager made. Just any bit of room there, and she off. Plays in the Rugby Americas North Division down in the Caribbean. I've been lucky enough to call a few of those. Keep an eye on Naomi Dodd.
Cameron Henderson gets us back underway with the restart. Nice step around one to the right-hand side, and Alexis Dallas is able to scoop that one up off the deck. Good pass from Gulata, keeps things moving. Offload, not there. Scooped by AIC, back on the charge. This is a Yellow Jacket squad that put up 53 points and gave up none earlier in the day against Norwich. A powerhouse. Can they be repelled here by Wheeling? Great tackle on the outside by Emma Tai. Slows things down. Allows Kiripati to get things back on again to the left-hand side. Henderson again into contact.
Too slow.
Penalty is going to be given there. Not rolling away. Too slow, says the referee. And on the front foot again come the Yellow Jackets. Schechter.
You never
on
go
the
back
outside.
to your feet.
Another penalty coming. Not back to their feet. Didn't release. And so a penalty, back 10 go the Yellow Jackets.
A little tough on Schechter there, but she was on display in the first game too. So keep an eye on Schechter.
Fuala'au takes it to contact and gets the Cardinals back again. Beautiful little step, and it through. The chase is on. Looks like there'll be a secure possession in the back. Keon Edwards, multiple tries in their first matchup as well. Goes the Jukes, but Dallas lays the boom. Alexis Dallas makes the hit, scores the tries, but this time they'll slip out of it. There's the try scorer, Dodd, already with one breakaway. Hands it off, gives it to Edwards, and lets her take it the distance. So much speed on the sides, and AIC go up 12-0 just 3 minutes in this match.
Kiana Edwards also featured in that first one. Naomi Dodd probably could have made it from the outside there, but saw the inside. You see Gulata chasing her, and she just inside space. Little easier to give the ball to Edwards from Columbia 10. Edwards is going to just stroll a 22-meter line, and the Wheeler Cardinals are going to need to find an answer pretty quick.
Beautiful job sharing the ball there. That's what they did, again, put up 53 points, but nobody with more than 2 tries in that match. So they spread it around, conversion good, 14-0 your score with about 3.5 left to play.
You can see the focus on these AIC players right now. They are here on a business trip. Men's team started out really well and then had a tough second round game. AIC women looking incredibly strong.
Gone 10.
A little in front of the kicker there, but play on, says our referee, and it comes back into the hands of Cameron Henderson. Starts the charge, taken to deck, and they're able to secure possession. Sanft gets things moving out to the left-hand side for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes Dodd again, steps around one, pass gets jarred loose with a big-time tackle from the Cardinals. Off the hands, and Wheeling still an opportunity here, John. Couple minutes left to play in this half, but a try would go a long way to getting them back into this match.
They certainly need a try. They need some points on the board. Before that, I was going to talk about AIC's kind of relentless precision they've had throughout their first game and a half here. Just absolutely on fire and doing everything right. You saw the pinpoint kick, came back with it and took their conversion. Now they've let him through.
Nice little burst through the defense that time. Sets him up just outside of the 22-meter line. Taken away by the Yellow Jackets. Ball's out of the ruck, scooped up by Alexis Dallas. 10 meters out now. Here's hard charge. Emma Ty, 6 meters away. Come back to the right-hand side, through the hands of Hudson. Off to the right to Gulata. Into Dallas. It takes more than one to take her down. She scores the try. First 5 up on the board for Wheeling. Alexis Dallas, the M.A. Sorensen Award nominee, puts the first 5 up.
Fantastic work there. Just what the Wheeling University Cardinals needed right there. AIC has been perfect up until that point where they made that mistake. And finally are the Wheeling Cardinals. This will be a boost of energy for them. Not just very intelligent at Dallas as well, but Dallas just has the will to get across the line.
So a terrific response from the Cardinals, exactly what they needed. Right back into this match again. Their previous victory earlier today, 19-5 over the Bowdoin Polar Bears. That you and I did, John. They've got a lot of tenacity, but it's going to be tough to keep this AIC side down throughout the match.
Game is underway here. Referee says that's fine. Bella Gulata takes advantage of AIC, a little bit of sleep there. The ball goes back off of Dallas into AIC hands. So will this little bit of trickery work out for them? AIC on the run now. You see Tamsin Boyce having to cover, get back to the sweeper position from AIC.
Great little kick to find that space in the center of the pitch. As soon as they're set up, it's on the kicker to restart play. So she was able to take advantage, but now it's the Yellow Jackets show and go. Nothing happened on the outside. Straight up the gut. Lagi. 5 meters out. Let that one go. Back up to her feet. Not knocked forward, says the referee, and she's able to take it in and extend the lead just as we hit the 7-minute mark of that.
Rolla Noah Longi from Sacramento, the biology major, has great pace to go along with good strength and field awareness. Very intelligent player in Longi. Longi gets over, deserves 5 points, and they get the 2.
So the sophomore biology major takes us to the break, and we'll step aside. We've got the second half of action coming your way next.
Coalition just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take the first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening.
Welcome back, rugby fans. Second half about to get underway in our first quarterfinal matchup on the women's premier side of the bracket. Right now, AIC on top of Wheeling. 3 tries to 1. Coming up next, we've got Army taking on New Haven.
Time's on.
In our second quarterfinal. We are ready to rock and roll, and Don, a strong first half but the full team of AIC just too much so far.
Just too much AIC. What Wheeling needs to do is deal with not just the player speed, but the game speed that AIC is playing with in this one. They are just really on fire. They are all together mentally. They're emotionally aligned here as well as tactically aligned. So really, Wheeling University needs to stop that and get some points on the board.
Throw in from Marissa Hudson. Lost, though, back to the black jerseys again. Right-hand side, Dodd. So dangerous. Multiple tries on the day so far. Out to the outside, Fuala'au. Get in closer.
No, you never got around. You never got around.
In from the side, the call. Quick tap comes. Try line right there, but it's ripped away. Taken away and back on the front foot. Here come the Cardinals. Takara Nelson with a try-saving tackle. Now the boot flips the pitch back down. The chase is on. Sanft gonna let this one go out, but all the way to midfield, relieving a ton of pressure just when it looked like AIC might be able to put the nail in the coffin.
30, you can't do that either way. You can't do that.
Going to be a line out here to the Yellow Jackets. Pretty smart there from Gulata. You really don't want to play against this AIC team from your own line, so they're going to force AIC to play from inside their own half.
2 meters back, okay?
They need to get the ball back here.
That's smart play by Gulata. We've seen a couple of them so far. They're going to need the full team effort here to take down the Yellow Jackets as they continue to push forward. But this time, that might be the mistake they need. Naomi Dodd couldn't hang on to it. Knocked on. Scrum back to the Cardinals.
Getting a little commenter's curse here. I talked about the precision of AIC, and now they've knocked on 2 or 3 after a 53-point win and a good run of play in that first half. So AIC, they will certainly get it back. They're talented players. They're not going to push it too hard. But this is giving a window here for Wheeling to get back into the game.
Up AIC, yeah. Fine.
A little bit of a drizzle this morning. Field has started to dry up a little bit, but still a bit of dew on there. We start to have the clouds coming in a bit. This one discombobulated in there. Went full 90 degrees. There's the quick tap penalty. Back on the front foot. Again come the Cardinals. Through the defense they go. Emma Tai over the 22-meter line. Support arrives in time. Come out to the right to Dallas. Alexis Dallas. Little goose step. Into contact she goes. Great tackle there by Kiana Edwards. Edwards again with another tackle. Cardinals are able to work it out to the left-hand side.
No.
Nelson, 10 meters out. Again, in from the side. Quick tap coming again. Definitely not 10. Emma Tai smartly take that forward, and we could have a card coming, John. There it is.
And it's Talangi. That's a huge card. He never went 10. They have a player that's going to get looked at, but right on the 5-meter line, and a player up for the next few minutes for this Wheeling Cardinals team. So this could not have worked out any better for them. Player advantage, right good field position. Emma Tai, a powerful player, very good person, getting ready to tow this ball once AIC gets this player sorted out.
John, we spoke at halftime that we just need a couple. Alexis Dallas is terrific, but she's going to need some of her teammates to pick her up and help push this team forward. Emma Tai has made a couple smart plays. Gulata has as well. And now the quick tap. Emma Tai, juke step to the left, tries to go straight into contact, but Naomi Dodd, 5'6", gets low, but then it's ripped back through, and they're in for the score. Emma Tai, the junior, dots it down and gets Wheeling back within striking distance, down by 9.
Very kickable here. They can bring it to 14. 1 converted try away in these quarterfinals. Great work there from the Wheeling Cardinals. Remember, they have about a minute and a half with an extra player after this. So once they have the restart, they were going to try to get the ball back as quickly as they can. But Emma Tai, what power, just found her way. She's eventually going to get through there. That kick is good. They're at 14.
Saw Dodge trying to rip that ball out of there. Went for the ball, but able to go through his tie. Dots it down. Great effort for her. Couldn't be brought down. Just a couple meters from the try zone, and now it's a 7-point match. A little over 3 minutes left to play. Wheeling right back in this one. Slower second half here for the Yellow Jackets. Nice dancing moves on the outside, but eventually slung into touch. Alexis Dallas takes Kiana Edwards over the line. Now Dallas will take the quick throw. Try to move it off to the right-hand side. Here comes Nelson. Over the 22-meter line. Drags defenders with her. Sheltler just trying to hang on for dear life. Now off to the left-hand side. There's the stab kick through. Grubber from Jill Stewart has the charge going, but it bounces into touch past the end goal line and will come back, I believe, for a 22 or a scrum.
So you either have the 22 or the scrum where it was kicked. The scrum was just outside the 22.
So they're going to get the option there. We'll see what they decide to take. They'll probably take the scrum, personally, with a player down right now.
Scrum or the 22?
But this has been a good way to scrap back into it by this Wheeling Cardinals team. Gulata just pushed that one a little too far to get in behind him. As you see the Wheeling men's team cheering on their counterparts.
Scrum's going to be here where the ball was kicked. Scrum.
Yeah, it's an interesting kick through there. You've got the one player advantage. That might have been the time to really lean on the defense, but the ball gets turned over. Scrum here, back to AIC.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Put in for the Yellow Jackets. Come around and take this one back. Good work there. Fualau. Kick over the top. There's the chase is on. Great work to scoop this one up by the Cardinals at their own 10-meter line.
Playing the ball. Over there, over there. Over there.
Hands in the ruck is the call. Back 10 go the Cardinals. Quick tap. We'll keep things moving. Samph into contact eventually. Nobody there, and it gets ripped away. Pop pass comes back up from Hudson. Alexis Dallas over the 10-meter line. Try to drag her down. Eventually do so.
Turnover's good.
Great job getting back to her feet. Naomi Dodd rips it back away before contact arrives. Dodd so tired at this point. 3 tries on the day. Flips this one back into the hands of their scrum half, and they're going to take it the distance. Fualau in for the try, just what they needed. 30 seconds left in the match, and they extend this one to a 2-score game.
Yeah, Fualau gets the score there, but Naomi Dodd did the work and just saw outside here. Maya Fualau is going to take that one in. Went to Maui High School from Hayward, California. Great try for AIC, and they pretty much sealed this one. Winner of, they will play the winner of Army versus New Haven, our next matchup.
Wow, great try, just 5 foot. The scrum half knows her way around the rucks. The junior dots it down as we are just about ready for one final restart. Clock shows 14. We're on the referee's whistle and watch now. Is this premier quarterfinal almost in the books? Again, winner of this match will take on Army and New Haven right after this.
Whenever you're ready.
As they set up for the restart. This is Samph, the sophomore business major out of Moreno Valley, California. Gets this one high into the DC sky, and they're able to retain possession off of the restart. Great take on the far side of the pitch, and now back rolling again. Lagi back in the match, makes her presence felt right away. Full strength are the Yellow Jackets, looking to sting yet again. In for the score, another try for Kiana Edwards. 4th of the day as they extend this one and put it to bed, now 26-14.
They didn't need those points, always nice to have. This is just a straight knockout tournament, the cascading. Absolutely must win all games. Setup of this tournament that puts AIC through.
31 points now on the board for the Yellow Jackets. Final kick coming our way, 31-14. Got tight here and there, but Yellow Jackets a dominant win, and they punch their ticket to the semifinals. We will step aside. We've got more rugby action coming your way. Stay tuned.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
It is of power and precision. You need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together. Video moments. A powerful camera, powerful sport.
Welcome to the College Rugby Show. This can be home for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby. They could be pushing into.
Welcome back. It's Collegiate Rugby Championships 2025 National Collegiate Rugby Showcase. We have Army West Point. They have just not made 10, kicking to the University of New Haven. The Chargers, University of New Haven, on the move right now, coached by Emily Record. They beat St. Bonaventure in the first round. Haven on the move. Nice little break. Good team here, excelling in sevens this spring. The Chargers move the ball away. Have to deal with this Army West Point. The Black Knights defense, that ball slips in behind, but the Chargers still have it. Chargers right at the halfway. Looking for a break through the interior of the defensive line, but right in over the top is Chloe DeLeon. Chloe DeLeon has to get back to the mark according to the referee, and they're going to move off to this left-hand side. In the middle of the field come Army West Point, the Black Knights. Looking for a big break there is Fiatoa, Taimani Fiatoa. The players come in illegally, so University of Haven gets to go again. Vila Ono told to come back through the mark.
Yeah, this is a really good New Haven squad as the Chargers won 29-10, but it was a 12-10 match, and then they put up 3 unanswered tries to take the victory. So a highly potent team playing another one, 29-0 for Army over Mount St. Mary's earlier.
Ono takes it into the contact, trying to get some space out there, but an unfortunate knock-on for New Haven is going to result in a scrum for the Black Knights. Black Knights, coached by Jan Alleman Clayton, has played internationally for Mexico, dual citizen. Calder in some of those games, played on the HSBC circuit, so certainly no stranger to sevens. Very talented athlete, played her college rugby at Quinnipiac, so look for some of that knowledge to transfer to this Black Knights team. Black Knights. Going to draw a penalty. Could have had an advantage. Player just driving straight up. Ball coming away from Emma Gamboa. Gamboa. Back forward to the team. Big break through the line there. No problem. Tai Mane Fiatoa from Hawaii. A touchdown, a try. Great work. The first-year history major. 5 to the board for Army.
He had 2 tries in their first match, and we're all here again. Gets another one, splits the defense. A deceptive speed right up the gut, takes it all the way in, dots it down, gives her team opportunity there. The conversion is good. So 7-0 Army right on top here in the first couple of minutes.
Fiatoa, great try there, right through the middle. Speed and a powerful player as well. Spotted that gap, not turning around. Black Knights will get us going again. First restart was a little miscue. Go deeper this time. Into the hands of Dela Cruz. Sydney Dela Cruz moves it out. And the Chargers outside of their 22.
Tackle!
Drive the ball to the ground. Dela Cruz. Get that ball a little wide through Vuolono. Into touch. They're taken by Army West Point. So it's going to be a line out here for the Black Knights.
Yeah, good work. Just ushering out into touch. Getting the turnover ball. Very important here on these line outs to make sure they secure possession off of their own throw.
Ball around the back for West Point. A little high there, so the ball comes standing still. Going to have to get their momentum going. Crossfield run, switch back. Cassidy Ball is going to hang on to it. Cassidy Ball find her way through. She's from Jefferson, New Jersey. She jets her way under the sticks, and it is going to be Cassidy Ball put down to second. Another first player, very young squad here.
Great effort there. We saw him coming all the way across the face of the center of the pitch. Had that little pop pass. He was moving off to the right, put her foot in the dirt, and was able to take it all the way through. 50-meter try. Terrific burst by Cassidy Ball.
The kick is good, so 14-0, 4 minutes gone in this first half. This is a quarterfinal. Winner of this will play tomorrow at 12:06 p.m. here in the stadium against a high-flying AIC side that took on Wheeling. We have Brown and Navy, Penn State, and Queens as our other quarterfinals. Kick does not go 10, so free kick for the University of New Haven Chargers at midfield.
Opportunity attack. They've got to put points on the board. Number 12, Serena Vuolono is one of their best athletes out there. Let's see if they can get her the ball, but another knock-on stifles that attack.
A little too ambitious from the Chargers, so it's going to go over the top. Come back. It's going to be a scrum for Army West Point.
Black hooker, your mark's here. Thank you.
The sun's come up for us here today, but so has the wind blowing left to right a good bit. So we'll see if that plays into things. Again, a little slippery this morning, but now things are starting to get cooking here for the finals later on this evening.
The men's final coming up later. It's this quarterfinal round, this premiere. Then we'll move on. Good work here from the Black Knights. And again, it's Cassidy Ball. Cassidy Ball making the run. One player coming, just able to step inside. Her opposite number there. Oh no, going to touch that 2 in a row. Cassidy Ball takes them to 19. Kick to come.
Yeah, just too much speed on the outside. You give her any bit of space towards that sideline, and she will take a distance, proving it time and time again. Multiple tries, more than a few so far here in the first 2 matches. As Cassidy Ball continues her hard work. That one doinks off the post, but still a terrific start with just a minute left to play here for Army.
No good with the kick, as Tim said. So we're at 19-0, under a minute to go in this first half.
10.
Ball bounces, goes at 10. New Haven's going to have to pick it up. Aronoff does exactly that.
No. I tackle.
Dangerous tackles the call on Army.
Ball across from University of New Haven. Big bump off right there. Good work running up the field. New Haven on the move at their own 40-meter line. Pressure coming on from the Black Knight.
Come on, that. Yours. Not releasing.
West Point. West Point coming across, little show of the ball, looking for the run back in, but around the corner they go, and they have a couple of players really shining in this one, and this first-year player from Hawaii, Taimani Fiatoa, is certainly one of them. Taimani Fiatoa, another, what an inside-outside move for this first-year Army West Point player. Wonderful try.
Yeah, multiple tries in the first game. Give her 2 in this one as well. And again, just a freshman, so we have definitely got some talent that is going to be growing through the years on Army. Their best still possibly yet to come. But again, trying to climb that mountain. Knocked out in the second place match 2 years in a row. Trying to get there and take home the national championship. Great start so far.
That is halftime. It's a big lead for Army. We're going to go back with second half action in just a minute. Stay with us.
The College Rugby Show. This is going to be for all hot takes, highlights, rankings, hot topics, all things college rugby.
They be pushing into that 2, possibly number 1 spot.
This for me is one player to watch out.
We will be back on your airwaves very soon.
Our world is growing, and so is Rugby. There are players, more teams, more matches than ever before. Luckily, our game is simple. We only really need one thing to play it, and we buy millions of them every year. Unfortunately, too many in the wrong place, but some are made better. Rhino recycled wrench is made with up to 2% recycled rubber. We are still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You only need a ball, make it a good one. For rugby, for you, for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
A ball for the planet.
The Rhino recycled range. A ball for the planet.
Two matches. Yeah. That's some team depth.
Welcome back. It is second half action at University of New Haven. The Chargers trail 24-0 to Army West Point, the Black Knights. Black Knights going to receive this one in a good position. 7 minutes left in this quarterfinal. Winner takes on AIC. AIC beat Wheeling in the last game. Chargers do what they need to do, get a player into touch. Which Emily Record in the background, line out for the University of New Haven.
Vulaono getting it in on the defensive end. We saw a break from her just before halftime. She is the best offensive threat that the Chargers have. See if they can get her the ball now off the line out going.
Ball across here from New Haven. Did that come off a player's leg? Referee has an arm out. Knock on it is. Scrum here to Army West Point.
That's kind of the match that it has been so far here in the first 7 minutes for New Haven. A difficult one to really get the engines going. Not a lot on the offensive end, and every single time they turn the ball over, Army is right there to make and pay with all this speed and freshman tenacity they've got all over the pitch.
Power coming from the Chargers right there. That's what they need. Light this up a little bit if they're going to have a chance. 24-0, they are down. Just 1 minute gone, but ripped away by Army West Point. Army West Point through Campos.
Away blue. Thank you.
West Point. Favre moves it out into the hands of Carney. Ellie Carney across the 50-meter line. She's got support, may not need it. Ellie Carney from Tucson, Arizona, a geospatial information sciences major. Touches down 5 points here at the Collegiate Rugby Championship. Beautiful Boyd, Maryland.
Another good try, just so much speed on the outside. It was a great hit. Alyssa Eisenhart got that one moving on the defensive end. Just as we mentioned, turning it right back into offense. You see the speed here from Kearney on the sideline over the 22. Just too much pace. Time and time again, John, the edges are getting burned by this Army squad.
Army looking strong. Looking into the semifinals, you have Army AIC, and the winner of the next two games. We're going to have some exciting semifinals tomorrow as that one rolls in a touch so deep in their own end. The University of New Haven Chargers are going to have a line out with a long way to go, down 31-0.
Yeah, that wind really starting to gust over 10 miles an hour now. Now Army with the wind at their back, really starting to launch it and pin the Chargers back deep.
Chargers take down the line out. They're at their own line. They've got 95 meters to go. Little wraparound. Can they make some magic happen through Elania Rodriguez? Ball back. Going to go to the boot. Try to just clear some space here. Does not get too far into the hands of Army West Point. Very good attacking position. Good opportunity here. Right over the try line goes Zoe Weimer. Zoe Weimer, the sophomore, touches down on a gimme off a kick that just bounced back the wrong way.
Yeah, tough bounce of the rugby ball there. Never know exactly where it's going to go. And it looked like there for a second, number 12, Vulaono, was going to have that one be able to scoop up and take the distance, but it just took a bad hop around the side, and a great try from Weimer. She was able to scoop and score and extend this lead. Now 36-0, and John, previous match 29-0, so still nobody has been able to put any points up on the board against this Army squad.
Army will hang their hat on that. Certainly Mount St. Mary's, New Haven so far unable to put on points. May change a little bit differently. Face AIC tomorrow in the semis. High-flying AIC team. Only 53-0 in their first game. Gave up some points to Wheeling. Back on it goes Rodriguez. New York native from Manhattan, makes a little break. Nice work. Ball into the middle there. Guimaraes, key player for this New Haven team in 15s and 7s. Just a very intelligent ball in hand. Able to use that power to really keep things closed. But Army has other ideas as Sophia Linder decides to make an issue of that breakdown. Shoves him over, turns over the ball, takes it on her own. And Sophia Linder from Westchester, Pennsylvania, the senior, is going to touchdown 5 here at the CRCs.
All major, bringing Law now, lowering the boom there to knock the ruck apart. As we take a second look, the tackle hops back to her feet, clears the ruck completely, back to feet again, scoops it up, takes it the distance. You can't ask for much more out of an athlete right there. Making the hit, able to sprint distance and take it home. Beautiful sevens rugby, showing her athleticism as she dots it down for another Army try.
90 seconds.
Army looking strong. 90 seconds to go in the match, according to the referee. Pretty much a foregone conclusion here. After this, I'll step away. It's going to be Brown versus Navy in another quarterfinal. Then Holden will take that with Tim. Then Queens versus Penn State. Then the premier men's semifinals. Belmont Abbey, St. Bonaventure, Queens versus Wheeling. Those start at 3:35 Eastern. Right now, the Chargers trying to get some points on the board. Can they be the first one to score against Army? If they're going to do it, it is probably going to happen right now. Right down the field go the University of New Haven Chargers. Points on the board. Well done, Chargers. That's Siriana Vulaono. Vulaono from Greenwich, Connecticut touches down. 5 points to come.
I've been calling her name throughout the match. She was the game breaker in their first one, needing to find a little bit of space, and she kind of created her own there on the outside. Looked like that door was going to get slammed shut, but she kicked it open and dots it down for the first 5 points for the Chargers.
Kick is good there. They're up to 7. There's not much left. We'll take another look here at Vulaono, Tim.
Yeah, like I said, it looked like they were going to be able to have that sideline covered, but she kicked it into high gear and took it the distance to dot it down for her team's first 5 points. They'll still have another match later on today, but Army just too tough as West Point continues to dominate this match.
University of New Haven want to have the final say here. We're at 14-minute mark. Game nearly over. They're going to keep this one alive. Isa McKean spills that one forward. Referee looked at her watch. That's the end of that one. We're going to step away. Navy versus Brown is next. I'll step aside for a little bit. Stay tuned for the rest of a great day. Heat up the rugby.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now. The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
All right, so the quarterfinals continue on. Ben Holden along with Tim Wilkes. Timmy, good to be back with you. Third of 4 quarterfinals. The third and fourth coming up here. Brown and Navy, and Brown is an absolute wagon in women's sevens rugby.
38-0 was their victory here this morning, but they are looking to make it a three-peat this year, Ben. Back-to-back already. They are missing their reigning CRC MVP, Kay Muldoon, is injured, but it has not slowed them down much yet. Again, 38-0 over Adrian College, but this Navy squad 10-0 over Westchester earlier. They're going to give it all they can handle.
That is Tim Wilkes. Ben Holden with you here as we come down the back half of day 2 here from the Maryland Soccerplex. Navy will kick it away. Hannah Brink, the ball in her hands.
Navy gets us started.
Underway with a deep kick. Brown about 15 meters from their own line. They handle it and bring it outside of the 22. Good carry up that far side. Akila Cathy with the carry there. Now the Bears. Such a powerhouse. Here they come, trying to get around that last defender, cutting back inside. Good job, though, by Mia Young there. They get the ball free, though, and they're still moving.
Work.
24 meters from the line. Work back into the middle of the park now. Unable to break.
Advance. Sorry. Holding.
Not rolling away in time on Navy.
And you already see just why they're so potent.
Yeah.
Brown, end-to-end stuff.
Should've
They will
played longer
swing it
down
all
there.
the way to the outside. Be interesting to see if Navy maybe plays a little bit of blitz defense to try and disrupt them a little bit. But so far, so good, as Brown already 50, 60 meters made as they look to punch this one in a minute in.
So if you do that, Tim, to your point, it's risk reward, right? If you're playing them defensively, because you're going to have to take chances probably to beat them, right?
Yeah, their pinpoint passing makes it very difficult to slow them down because they can just swing it all the way through the hands. But we'll see what strategy they decide to take here, trying to punch this one in inside the 22.
Outside, trying to get around the last offender, still on their feet and down. And there's the first points in the match. Lily Nowak down for the Bears.
Captain Blue.
Her first try of the day. Scoop this one out of there immediately. Three hands, just like we talked about. Hit it as far wide as you can. Suck it to defenders. And just enough pace on the outside. O'Hara could make that tackle. The big time slams her to deck and down. Great work from Nosa, a sophomore. Gets it done and puts the first 5 on the board.
Some experience on this Brown side, but also quite a bit of youth. When you look through their roster, a lot of sophomores. I see a handful of first-year players, so you just pass that baton to the next class at Brown, I suppose, Tim. When you come in, you learn the culture, you adapt, and you fit in where they need you. Here's the kick from Brown. Navy, tough handle. Good bounce into the hands of the Bears. Brown's on the move again. A fortunate bounce, such as the game of rugby at times. This ball goes back, and Alford gets back there to get it in for the Bears. Looking to get around that corner once again, and they do, and they're going to take in another one off that fortunate break on the kick, and that one is down. Nicola Lynch into the act.
Lynch, one of the 2 Player of the Year M.A. Sorensen Award nominees on this Brown squad. Kathy and Lynch both putting their names in the hat, the best players in the country, and she shows why right there. It get around the corner and dots down, and we had a close one there for the first couple minutes, but already 2 on the board for Brown.
Yes, indeed, and that conversion is bang through and good. So it's a 12-10 lead here for Brown, exactly half through this first half of play, Tim. And if you're Navy, imperative you get some possession, you get some territory, and you try to get in here on this possession, I got to believe.
It was a really slow-moving game. They put 10 points in their first one, but they weren't the quickest around the rucks. They did go straight through Westchester quite a bit. They're going to have to find some openings against this very, very stout squad.
A lot of heat they're putting on right here so far. Baptiste in on the tackle there. Number 5 for the Brown Bears. Now Navy. About 10 meters from their own line. Crisscrossing there. Short balls. That's not going to work. Brown gets them to ground. Ball comes out, but it's whistled and will reset here. Call against Brown. So Navy quickly on the restart. Good defensive work out there from Brown. That's tough, and that's nearly a great play turned in out there with 2 up there against 1. The Bears don't give anything up significant on that phase of play. Can't split through. To ground it goes. Brown coming in, taking that ball. Easily took that ball away. To the 22 they go. Ball is freed. A couple of minutes remaining here in this first half of play that has Brown on top by 12.
Advantage! Get that number for
Advantage here for Brown. They'll take advantage of it and break free. And another one's down. That's Lynch with her second here in the first half.
Number 6. 6 blue, 6 blue, 6. You have yellow card repeated in
Double damage here. The try on the board and a player off. Ella Callahan will be gone for the next 2 minutes. That'll take them into the break. So Brown really starting to get the engines cranking here. And we saw what we were talking about there, Ben. They just couldn't get out of their own 22, that high-pressure defense. And then once Brown gets their hands on the ball, it's only a matter of time before they punch it in.
Everybody in the right spot, just very tactically sound, and look to attack on this conversion here. Try to make it 19, and that is right down Pennsylvania Avenue, right down the chute. Beautiful kick there, and the Bears here with less than 90 seconds to go, up 19.
Julia Murray there, junior, strikes that one through, 2 of 3 in the match. A couple of nice ones there from hand side to get them on tie 19.
5'10", 155-pound fly half, a junior. Knocked on here, and Navy
Halftime.
is not having anything going their way, and we've hit the halftime break here. Al Brown, the 2-time back national champs in women's sevens, on top and in control by 19 over Navy.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
We are back. Ben Holden, Tim Wilkes, and all of our crew here as we are in the women's quarterfinals here in the Premier Division. And so far, the 2-time national champs, Tim Wilkes, looking just that on top 19-0 here.
They for sure are. Terrific first half with 3 tries up on the board. Couple conversions as well, but they've been dominant. They can spread it all over the pitch, and just about every time they've gotten their hands on the ball, they've eventually turned it into points, and the defense has been relentless. That's the code that Navy has to crack. Find some openings, be able to progress their way down the pitch.
I think sometimes when you look at teams offensively, as Brown comes up with it, I'll hold that thought. Get back to that in a moment. What I wanted to bring up with you is it's picked up here and played back. Good ball. Another good ball. They got a runner outside, and this one is going to be house called again. That is Nowak with another one for the Brown Bears.
Just as we called it, they're able to do the dirty work defensively, get that ball back, and one phase later, they're able to split the defense there into contact, and then the quick hands, spin it to the outside, find that space, and the one final pass. It's an easy try, not even touched. Another big-time try right where they left off there in the first half.
Yep, and they hit the left post on that conversion. So what I wanted to bring up to you, I want to get your opinion on this. And I think when you're in any sport, rugby, whatever the sport is, when you're a team and a program as good as this Brown women's side is in sevens, I think sometimes defense gets often overlooked. Do you agree with that? Because they're so methodical offensively, but too at the same time, this Brown side, I mean, they're shutting teams down, right?
For sure, no points up on the board against them just yet, but they have been terrific. And anytime you're able to keep the ball away, make big tackles like this, get another turnover off of one phase, you're doing your job right. It makes everything else easy. And then the offensive prowess just kind of works on its own from there.
Yeah.
Here's the mark for
2 minutes gone here in the second half. It's all Brown, 24-0. Here's a look back